Daily Soundchecks, Episode 3.
Hello and welcome back to Carnival Unmasked IFTR Goes Cologne. It's day 2 of the conference already and there has been a bunch of panels and keynotes happening today. So yeah, let's check in with some of the IFTR folks and see what they're looking for, what stood out to them so far, and what they're excited about in the next couple of days.
I am going to go to the artist talk, bearing witness through art of the Palestinian theater's narratives of resistance. I'm going to go to that here in a few minutes.
I'm looking forward to the Palestinian artist talk now. Zani, I think it's Zani Abdelou. She's a UK-based artist and an academic, so I am really looking forward to what she has to say, to explain, and how to make how she has been relating and making art in relation to the Palestinian occupation.
The artist talk was very strong. It's a very important topic, and it's really important and great that the conference put this part of the program on the program. And it was really touching to be in touch with people who are fighting in Palestine right now through culture, art activities, but not only. So yeah, for me it was really one of the most maybe important parts of the whole conference.
It was sort of, dealing with the actual, the theater that is happening in the sites where there's lots of conflict and resistance. So it was a nice insight and nice conversation to get to know many other things, which we do not, see in the conventional conversation. So in that sense, it is quite depth.
Yes, I was in one panel and I enjoyed it a lot. I'm so glad that I'm here because my base is music, actually. I'm an ethnomusicologist. But I'm working on a performance, and for me, it's the first time that I am in a conference that all attention is on performance, which is very fruitful for me. And to see how people see the same thing that I'm working on with different point of views.
This morning I went to the Choreography and Corporeality general panel. It was quite exciting. One of the panelists presented their research on a very influential American artist and the designs for dance that he had done, and she showed some great pictures.
At the Choreography and Corporeality panel, there was great archival footage of this famous artist who worked with dancers, and I always appreciate when scholars take the time to show what's in the archive, so we could also see the excitement that they share in finding these artifacts and then sharing them with us, and then also contextualizing them for us.
Yes, I went to the dance and choreography panel with Angela Goodhouse and Rachel Fensham. They were discussing about costume design in dance and modern dance, and it felt really good to see another perspective of how to analyze, at some points, the subversion of staging and portraying dance in different ways and what the costume can say. So it was really refreshing to start the morning with that.
Well, I'm Julio de Torres. I am from Paraguay and Spain. I'm making my PhD in Barcelona. And my highlight, I love to stay in the Adriana Schneider keynote here about carnivals in Brazil and how the religions and the evangelizations tries to incite the cultural processes in Brazil, for example. And I think it's very interesting for me because my PhD research is about carnivals in indigenous peoples from Paraguay. And I think we have the same experience, like Brazil, of course, because it's the same region. And evangelist people and religion try to colonize for all the time since the start of the story of our countries. And they try to incite in these cultures. And I think we have to make a critical position with politicians about these processes because it's very dangerous for other people, for alterity, for otherness, trying to preserve the identities. But evangelization for me is very, very dangerous. And we, in this keynote of Adriana Schneider, I think it's very interesting because the process is the same, and I think we have to critique, to have a critical position about it. And I think this is how to say that is the principal objectives of the academia and the research people, research students, for try to promote this critical position about these processes.
I've just attended this keynote thing that was new for me, as because being from India, the whole carnival concept it's like different there because of the cultural context. That's normally, but it was pretty. I'm still digesting what I have seen there, the video format, the audio format. So I think that's pretty good. And again, I say the same thing: exposure, and a lot of information. So still trying to digest all this. But it's wonderful. The keynote presentation, I think, because lots of people, I think research scholars and all from the panel people, they have joined, and I think that might new for everyone, because that was a new experience for me, as I'm saying. So that was good. And the keynote speaker, she presented, I think we can say, a paper about that name, because it's difficult to pronounce. I think it's Brazilian. It was a Brazilian name. So I'm still trying to, you can say, understand. I will ponder over when I will reach home about that. But that's something new I got to know about after hearing that keynote session.
Yes, I was from the one with Patrick King about music theory and political identity, especially in places that had more authoritarian history. It was really interesting, I think. He talked about how theory and music can reflect or challenge these systems, I guess. Sometimes you don't notice, but there's a lot of small things in performance that show this kind of resistance or power. And some explains he gave. I don't know all of them, but it made me think how this is happening maybe also today. And I liked how he was connecting politicals with art in not so direct way, like more subtle. It gave me something to think about for sure.
Yes, I was in the session. The one name was, I think, Alyssa Mello. It was about women in performance, and also like gender and how it's shown or played within more popular places, like maybe not high art, but more for big audiences. She was talking about how some female performers, they are not only doing traditional roles, but sometimes breaking the expectations, I think she mentioned some historical things and also more current, but I don't remember all exact names. It was very thoughtful, made me think about how performance can change how we see femininity. I liked how she was explaining this, not too academic, more clear. And also it connects with today's topics like gender and identity. So I think it was a good session.
I'm looking forward to all of the conversations that are going to be happening about theater and the ways that theater can kind of combat this political alterations that we're seeing throughout the whole world. So that's kind of what I'm looking at.
No, definitely. I'm looking forward to each section that I chose from these various program activities, and I'm very glad that almost each section so far that I visited somehow implemented the topic of current political situation and what are the theatrical, scenographical or choreographical tools and approaches to this current state of crisis. That's what I appreciated a lot.
Well, because me and my friend, we presented today, so we're free now, and we feel like everything is going to be really interesting, but we are part of the scenography working group, so at least tomorrow it's going to be one more meeting with the working group, because I'm leaving earlier, I think now it's really nice to enjoy the rest of the conference with a bit more free mind and relaxed, so...
I think there's going to be a carnival dance, and that should be very fun.
For me, first of all, these general discussions that we will have will be very interesting because it was one of the only times that we all are together in a same, let's say, topic. Then I'm very looking forward for what we have in discussions with Palestinian performer, which is interesting for me because I want to know how they navigate in the time of Christ their artworks. And I am also working on the way in which female performer navigates their things in their performance in the places that more considered as masculine in the topic that I'm working. So I'm looking forward to that.
So I'll be speaking in one of the panels, which is also on something to related to carnivalesque and the politics of the aesthetics around that concept. So definitely I'll be looking forward for more conversation around it so that I can also get some new ideas to build upon.
Talk on Friday. I'm with Queer Futures, and I'm giving a talk about fat bodies on stage and how fat bodies have kind of been erased a little bit. So yeah.
Yes, I'm speaking on Wednesday, so that is a good moment to invite people to come. I'm talking about dance as a way to unveil the silences of the dictatorship in Spain, from like the fascist dictatorship. So I'm using how modern dance, when it arrived to the country finally, because before it was vetoed. So how it helped to talk about those repressed memories. Everybody is invited to come. I'm very welcome. I very welcome the new attendance. And this talk is based on my book that is going to be published soon with Bloomsbury next year, hopefully in January 26. So that's a good moment to invite people to come. Wednesday, 9 to 10:30.